Halloween is upon us, a time for spooks, costumes, candy, and of course, TV specials. But sadly, the art of the Halloween special is not as well celebrated compared to the art of the Christmas special. In fact, there is only one well-known Halloween special that is still celebrated to this day. It's The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown from 1966. The special is about a kid named Linus, who has a firm belief that a mystical creature called the Great Pumpkin will come on Halloween night and give toys to all the children, and he is determined to see it. But unfortunately, the Great Pumpkin never comes, forcing him to miss out on all the Halloween fun. Now, despite the special being beloved by all, it wouldn't be surprising if there were kids who were disappointed that there was no Great Pumpkin. In fact, there were two girls who were so angry about it that they kicked the TV in frustration. Now, these girls were not just some random kids. They were the daughters of a famous author, and inspired by their frustration, decided to write his own Halloween story, which was published in 1972. And in 1993, that story was adapted into a holiday special, The Halloween Tree. Written by the original author Ray Bradbury and produced by Hanna-Barbera, this special is considered by many to be an overlooked gem. But does it still hold up? Well, let's take a look. The special is about a group of kids getting ready to go trick-or-treating. All they need is their best friend Pip. However, when they get to his house, they see him being taken away by an ambulance. He leaves a note telling them he has appendicitis and to go trick-or-treating without him. Instead, the kids decide to visit him at the hospital by taking a shortcut through a scary ravine. However, they see Pip running ahead, so they decide to follow him, ending up at a spooky-looking house, home to a mysterious old man named Moundshroud. He asks them some very strange questions, like why are they wearing those specific costumes? Do they know the meaning behind them, or do they even know why they're doing it? And the kids have no real answer. But that conversation gets tabled when they find Pip, now looking more ghostly. He escapes and starts climbing a strange tree filled with jack-o'-lanterns. He steals one of the pumpkins and then suddenly disappears. Moundshroud decides to go after him, but the kids insist on coming with. And seeing this as an opportunity to teach them more about Halloween and their costumes, he agrees. And they all go on a journey through time to chase after Pip. First off, I actually do like the concept. It's almost like a Halloween version of A Christmas Carol, but it's different enough to stand on its own and keep things original. I also think it's a clever way to teach kids about the history of Halloween, but it doesn't really go as far as it should. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of moments where they explore how different cultures celebrate the season, but it doesn't do a clear enough job showing how it all leads to modern Halloween. Instead, it talks about the history of the costumes the children are wearing, and the special does an amazing job with it. Everything is well researched and told in a very interesting way. But more importantly, it gives each kid a chance to shine, but more on that in a moment. For now, let's talk about the animation, which is very solid for 90s standards, but what stands out to me is the backgrounds, which have a nice hand-painted look, and paired with the animation, it all comes together to form a dark yet whimsical atmosphere. Speaking of which, since this is a Halloween special, you can expect some pretty scary moments. And while it isn't anything too intense because of the age demographic, there are moments that can be pretty terrifying once you stop to think about them. But enough about that, let's talk about the children who are the actual heart of the special. But they're actually very likable characters that are not annoying, with the possible exception of one kid saying "oh my gosh" every 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Anyway, each character has their own distinct personalities, as well as personal obstacles they have to overcome along the way. And none of them are wasted. Each one has a chance for growth and character development, and each individual journey leads to a very emotional moment when one of the kids meets up with Pip, telling him how much he means to them, as if this was the last moment they ever got a chance to speak with him. And I have to give props to the child actors. They do a really great job here. Another thing of note is that the special is narrated by the original author, Ray Bradbury, which is kind of amazing. I really like his delivery, like a deadpan storyteller, which matches the dark storybook feeling of the special.
And the muted cries and laughter of boys and girls, full of costume dreams and pumpkin spirits.
That being said, sometimes his narrations can be over-detailed and over-poetic. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad at all, and I understand that books are meant to be over-detailed because they can't see anything. But this is a television special where we can see everything, and sometimes they feel unnecessary when the visuals do a good enough job setting the scene.
The ravine was filled with varieties of darkness, night, shadows.
But the one who truly steals the show is Mountshroud himself. He is played by the late Leonard Nimoy, who is mostly known for Star Trek, and unless you knew it was him, you probably wouldn't recognize the voice. He's giving this crazy old man performance, which I really dig. It fits his personality very well.
What fun, then! The undiscovered country it is!
You get the impression he's having a great time teaching the kids about the history of Halloween and their costumes. And yet, there's this air of mystery around him. And while it's never said out loud, it is kind of obvious who he is. Even the kids start to figure it out, which leads to a pretty good plot twist that I'm not going to spoil here. In the end, The Halloween Tree is a hidden gem and a great TV special. After it aired on Cartoon Network, it's been a tradition to bring back the special around the season, but sadly, it's starting to fade into obscurity because of the rise of streaming services, and it's not really available on any of them. In fact, I had to buy the DVD to make this video, which is a shame because it deserves to be remembered as one of the greats. The special has fun characters, solid history lessons, original ideas, and a spooky atmosphere perfect for the Halloween season. So if you ever get a chance, I highly recommend checking it out. This is truly a tree worth climbing. I'm the Red Shirt Reviewer. Happy Halloween.
Who's that?
Our great-grandfather.
He doesn't look very good.
Oh, he's been dead for 67 years.